Hey everyone, how are you? Hope you're doing well. So do me a favor before we get started. I need you to hit this like button. If you're not a subscriber, I need you to do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss an episode. Also check me out on IG, elevation_mentor. So how is everyone? How are you today? So today we're going to talk about Black wealth and what they have planned for you. So they actually have a statistic laid out that by the year 2053, you as a Black person will have zero net worth. That's the plan. That is the prediction. So, what is net worth? Net worth is your assets minus your liability. Net worth can be positive, net worth can be zero, and net worth can be negative. So, people that have student loans know very well about negative net worth. Net worth, assets minus liabilities. The plan is zero. The year is 2053, right? What are some reasons for this? Some reasons are there's no focus on buying assets. That's one reason. There has to be a focus on buying assets, right? Another reason, debt. So there's a lot of debt going around. Student loan debt is an example, car loan debt, any other kind of debt. Another reason is the lack of home ownership. So there's a whole lot of history behind that on why the home ownership level is low. So you're aware of redlining, but there were actually laws put into place to block Black people from home ownership. There's a long, long history. So there's more to the story than what it looks like. So where does wealth come from? Wealth is in your home. Imagine that. Imagine that. So, knowing the statistic, knowing what they have planned for you, and knowing the prediction, my question to you is, what are you going to do to prove them wrong, to overcome them, to challenge them, to be victorious, and to obtain higher heights than they do? Just poof, out of nowhere. They don't even know where you came from. What are you going to do? First of all, assets. When we think about assets, name the assets. Name the assets. So just put them in the comments. And since there is no one watching me right now, I'm going to keep talking about something else. And then if someone joins the channel, name the assets. Lay them all out so that everyone can see what assets are. See, that's the problem. It's not in the school system. So what do you learn in school? You learn a squared plus b squared equals c squared. You learn the Pythagorean theorem. Have you ever used the Pythagorean theorem in your life? Has anyone learned what an asset is in school? This is from kindergarten all the way up to doctoral level. Any class on assets? Why do you think that is? All right, so the wealth is in the home, right? So for first-time home buyers, if there are any first-time home buyers watching me, say you're living in an apartment building right now and you would like to get a home. First, I'd like to tell you there's nothing wrong with living in an apartment building. However, if you're interested in getting a home, NACA, NACA, they are a legitimate program. If you have student loans, this is not going to stop you from getting a house. Their purpose is to help you get a house. So they don't care what your credit score is. They don't care if you have a 500 credit score. They don't care about your debt to income ratio. They don't care if you have a negative net worth. So this is NACA, NACA. Their mission is to help you to get your first home. So this is for first-time home buyers. There's no down payment, no closing costs, and the interest rate is the lowest in the nation. So say you're living in a very nice neighborhood, you're going to be paying lower interest than all of your neighbors. So this program is called NACA. This is for first-time home buyers if you have never owned a home, but it is also for people who have not owned a home in 3 years. So head over there. They're going to help you, and they are legitimate. So this is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. So if you're not ready right now, but you'll be ready in the future, head on over there anyway. Why? Because it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight, so you might as well get started. Right? Let me see, what else is important? Finding ways to increase your income. So we all learned from the pandemic that a job is not enough, how anyone can just pull the rug under you whenever they get ready, right? So creating more stability so that you're not dependent on anyone for your survival. Now, people that have faith believe in God. God is your source. And what I would add to that is thinking of ways to increase your income. So thinking of a business to start, a business to start, and work on that business until you figure it out. Because what happens is people generally do not share information. So every day when you come home, you're working on your business and you're going to stick to that one idea until it comes into fruition. So this may take 1 year, this may take 2 years, this may take 3 years, this may take 4 years, but sticking with it and not giving up. Of course, you do have to be wise on when it's time to pivot, but that sticking to it is important, right? So generally people are not successful because they gave up too soon, right? So sticking with it, increasing your income, figuring out a business idea that's going to bring in income, and just sticking with that ideal, working on it every day until you figure it out, right? Increasing the income. So back to the assets. Back to the assets. The focus on assets. So what are assets? So I can name 3 of them, but there are more than 3 assets. And if you would like to add them in the comments, go right ahead and add them. So focusing on buying assets. Property. Focus on buying property. Imagine if you were introduced to that idea at the age of 20. A business. Either creating your business or you can go buy a business. Stocks. Buying stocks from the stock market. Or you in the stock market. All right. So you should have been in the stock market 30 years ago. Those are three assets: stocks, business, property. You have more assets than liabilities. What are liabilities? Some examples of liabilities: credit card debt, student loan debt. Now, student loan debt is not necessarily a bad thing, because the majority of people would not even be able to go to school if it were not for the fact for the debt. That's just how it is, right? So you have more assets than you have liabilities. So you have a positive net worth because your focus is on buying assets. One other thing, if you have children or if there's anyone that you care about, teaching financial literacy to your children or anyone it is that you care about, but not only teaching, doing the work for them, like investing for them, buying stocks for them. And then the financial literacy piece, teaching your children early. Like, children are very, very smart, right? You know, children mimic you, they watch you, and they mimic you, right? Just think of the lyrics of music. They can say every lyric of that music just by the music entering their ear. So children are very, very smart. So as far as financial literacy goes, think of these subjects. All of them are important. Building a business, buying a house, getting a trust, no or low debt, good credit. So some people would wonder, what do I need good credit for? Budgeting, opening a retirement account, real estate, increasing income. And then the last thing I would say is, which would really be the first thing, the concept that money is important. Because I think that may be one of the problems, is that money is not important for many households. Different things are important to different people, especially if you grew up in a religious household. The money is really not important. Um, some people value other things more than money. Let's see. Family. Some people value family, believe that or not. Let's see, what do some people value more than money? Okay, I would say God. That's for religious households. And there are thousands and thousands of religious households out here. Got all different kinds of religions. Let's see. What do people value more than money? Relationships for some people. What do people value more than money? Happiness. Happiness. If you can think of other things, put it in the comments. Because this is more of mindset where you're putting money off of the back burner because your mindset is that money is not important. And if money is not important, why would you want to learn anything about it? All right. So do me a favor. I'm going to leave. Do me a favor. I need you to hit this like button. What that does is it helps other people to see the channel. If you're not a subscriber, I need you to hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss an episode. Feel free to leave your comments. And also, while you are looking at the comments, check out my hat collection below. All right, thank you for watching, everyone. And on your way out, hit that like button.